this is Russ. Hey, take a look at the background. Don't you wish it was like that now? Yeah. Well, today actually is not that cold. It hit 48 degrees. Yeah, I went to Costco, came back. I was doing a video in the car, and I said, yeah, you know what? Let's do it as a green screen instead. So, yeah, so I kept thinking about what kind of background are we going to put for a video like this that's not an e-bike related video. I said, yeah, you know what? Let's just use the old background I used many years ago. Yeah, if you were an original Russ is Right viewer, you might recognize this background. I used it all the time when I was making knee replacement videos. Yeah, this is Lake Zurich in the background that you see. And where I'm shooting it at, they don't have this anymore. Yeah, they used to have an area where people would go there and they go fishing, or you can just sit around the lake. Yeah, they took it all out. Now it's a boat dock. So hey, it's old styled, vintage style video. There you go. So maybe we'll just use this going forward for our background when I'm just having talks with you guys. So today I wanted to talk about getting rid of things that you have that you don't need anymore. This is something Mrs. Wright's been asking me to do for a long, long time. Clean out that basement. Get rid of all the stuff that you don't use ever. Just get rid of it. You know, that's not that easy to do. You know, there's good stuff down there. She goes, it's junk. It's not all junk. There's things that are of value down there, okay? Now, people have said if you don't use something for 6 months, throw it out. I don't believe in that. I've used things where, you know, I haven't touched it in 3 years, and I'll say, hey, I need this now. I'll go down, I'll get it, and I'll use it. If I threw it out, I wouldn't have anything to use. I'd have to buy it again, right? No, I don't keep junk. My junk is actually good stuff. But I think everybody thinks their stuff is good stuff, right? Well, I do have a lot of things like, you know, old stereo equipment. We used to be in the hi-fi industry, right? Hi-fi, think about that word. Yep. Yeah, we were stereo dealers when just as I was finishing college. Yeah, I had a degree in electronics engineering, right? So my dad opened up a stereo store for us, and I worked in my dad's stereo store for 8 years. Yep. And so I have a lot of stereo equipment from there, and also things that I've purchased over the years. So yeah, I can't throw that stuff out. That's good stuff. So you should sell it. You know how hard it is to sell stuff? I'm tired of selling things. I'm selling e-bikes all the time, right? Because of the because of this channel. I have to get rid of things, so I have to try to sell off the e-bikes. I don't want to have to sell every little thing that we have too. This is why people have garage sales. Maybe we'll have a garage sale one day. Get rid of the things that you don't use that often. I mean, to throw it away seems a waste. I'd rather, you know, get a few dollars for it and move it on that way. I think that's really the way to go. Yeah, I just don't feel like having to, you know, eBay it. You know, then you got to box everything up and ship it out, and then you got to deal with the eBay seller buyers and everything. It's just too much headache. I'd rather just put it out there, and if somebody wants it, they come, they buy it, and it's gone. Yeah. The only problem I find with garage sales, people are always trying to get it cheaper than what you list it for, right? So now you play the game of, do I list it higher in hopes that we talk it down to where you really want to sell it for? But if it's too high, then people say, forget it, I'm not interested in it, right? I remember when we were out in California, before we moved back, we said, we got to do a garage sale to get rid of things that we don't want to move all the way across the country back to the Chicago area. And so we put an ad out there so people could, that's how we did it. You put an ad, and people were knocking on our door at like 9 o'clock the night before. Yeah, they're saying, hey, what do you got available to sell? I says, the sale doesn't happen until tomorrow morning. Oh, we want to beat out everybody else. I'm not letting them in. I'm going to let you into my garage and everything. So anyway, that's how desperate some people are for product. Yeah, that they come before the sale. You know, that won't happen if you don't advertise a sale except for, lead-in signs where you put it on the street corners and all that, and then people see it, then they come in. But if you advertise it, like in a paper or something like that, yeah, you're going to get people knocking on your door, late at night the day before. We didn't even have all the prices tagged out. We were still putting price tags on everything, and people were coming in asking, what do you have? Those are bargain shoppers anyways. They're probably going to want it cheaper. I don't let those people in. Get out of here. Yeah, and that's another thing too that I don't like. With the garage sales, people are looking around. And if you don't sell it, then they know that it's in your house. I don't want people knowing what I have in my house. So forget it. It's difficult getting rid of things is what I'm saying. Put a comment below. Have you ever had a garage sale? Have you had experiences like that? How did you get rid of your things that you don't want? Now, you can donate it, okay? There's a lot of places that you can donate to. Resale type shops, you can donate it and get rid of it that way. But, some of my stuff is worth some money. I mean, I'm looking through, I'm recording this in my downstairs office, right? I'm looking at all the stereo equipment that's in here. I'm looking at the recumbent bike that's in here, which is a stationary bike. Yeah, it's a XWing stationary bike. I don't use it that often, right? In fact, I haven't used it in a long time. Now that I have an e-bike, so what do I use it for, right? Now, people have asked me recently, they said, Russ, how do you stay in shape during the winter? I said, whoever said I was in shape? Pear-shaped, maybe. Yeah, I'm not in shape. But I should be using it. I mean, we bought it to help my knee, right? And then the e-bikes came along, and then yeah, it's a recumbent style stationary bike. I'll put a picture up so you can see it. It's made by XWing, so it's in good condition, right? It really doesn't have that much mileage on it, but it takes up space, right? What else do I have in here? Well, I got a lot of e-bike related stuff in here. Yeah, a lot of parts, a lot of things like that. Yeah, there's things you have to move out for sure. I mean, even old paint cans. Think about this. Yeah, when we bought this house, we repainted a lot of the house. Some we did ourselves. Sometimes some areas we had to hire somebody because it's too high. You need people to have really tall ladders and things. So we did some. We hired some. And we repainted a lot of the house. I repainted a lot of it. My daughter even helped repaint some of the things upstairs. So there's paint cans. You can't just toss out paint cans anymore because some of them still have paint. And the reason we still have some paint is because you figure, well, you might need it for touch-up, right? If something bumps against your wall, oh, it's all messed up, you can take it and touch it up. Well, you can't just toss out paint cans anymore. Yeah, you have to... I don't know what they put in paint that kind of dries up paint before you can toss it. And if you still have paint and you don't want to do that, you now have to bring it to specific areas that take paint cans for recycling. Yeah, old paint for recycling. I think it's a Sherwin-Williams stores in this area that will take it back. So nothing's easy, lithium-ion batteries. Maybe you have devices that uses lithium-ion batteries. You can't just toss that. You literally have to find some place that'll take the lithium-ion batteries. Think about my e-bike batteries. If those were to go bad, what do I do with it, right? I still have one battery that doesn't work. I still have it because I don't know where to get rid of it at. So that was one of the, the unit pack power batteries for those who are e-bike viewers. I still have one of those and it wasn't working. So unit pack power actually sent me a second one. So now what do I do with the one that's not working? I can't just toss it. I mean, where do I bring it? Maybe the e-bike stores will take it back and maybe they have a place that they dispose of it. But I don't want to pay to dispose of it. Think about this. Old... I shouldn't say old because none of them are really that old, but let's say defective LCD screen televisions. Yeah, large screen TVs. You can't just toss that anymore. Yeah, you actually have to pay somebody to take it. If you put it in the garbage to get rid of, the only thing you could hope is that some of the scavengers that come out before the garbage pickup happens, maybe they will take it. But TVs are so cheap now. Well, they're not cheap, but you know what I'm saying, okay? What used to be a $2,000 TV can be bought for like $350 now, right? But you can't just throw that stuff out. They won't take it. You actually have to contact the garbage company, and then you pay them, I think it's like $50 or something like that, and then they will take the old television away. Some places you can drop it off, or if you're near one of the recycling centers or the landfill areas, they'll take it if you bring it to them. Okay, so there's things you can't just simply get rid of easily anymore. You have to do something. I know that when we had one TV go bad, it was I think a 50 or 60-inch TV. We paid like $35, brought it back to a store, and then they took it to get rid of it. So they take the stuff in, but they charge you because I think they have to pay something to get rid of the stuff too. So nothing's easy anymore to get rid of. So just cleaning out stuff is not an easy task, is what I'm saying. Anyway, that's basically all I have for you guys for today. I just wanted to bring up this whole concept of, clearing out your old stuff. You notice I didn't say junk. My stuff is not junk. It's good stuff. Put a comment below. Did you ever have to do this? Are you in the process of doing it? And how do you do it? What do you do to get rid of your stuff? I mean, do you just toss it? Okay, one more thing before I let you go. It's always one more thing because I think of something else at the last minute all the time. Before we moved to the current house that we're at now, we had to clear out the old house. And so what we did is we rented a dumpster. Yeah, I think it was like $350, $375 for a dumpster. And so they'll drop it off at your home, and then you fill it with whatever stuff you don't want. I think that's the fastest way to get rid of it. Yeah, just toss it all in there, and then they'll haul it away. I don't know what their regulations are. I mean, is there a regulation for paint? Maybe there's one for that. They don't want paint all over their dumpsters. Is there a regulation for large screen TVs, that type of thing? And you almost have to find out from these companies now. But we rented a dumpster, and we cleared out a lot of stuff. And even so, we still had a lot of stuff that we should have still thrown out, but we didn't have any more space. Yeah, that's how much stuff you get rid of. Anyways, put a comment below. Let me know if you had to go through this before, and how did you do it? How did you get rid of the stuff that you didn't want anymore, or you felt that you'll never use again? And where do you make that cutoff point? Where do you make the decision that, okay, this is stuff I have to keep versus this is stuff I can just get rid of? Put that comment. Hey, if you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. I'll talk to you guys next time.